dream of dreams really do come true. Ooh, someday you wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dream that you dare to, oh, why.
We gathered to honor Laurel, my dear wife of 35 years. She's a woman who loved without limits, lived authentically, and gave more of herself than most of us could ever hope to. To know her was to feel loved. She always put others first, not out of obligation, but because it was simply who she was. She had an uncanny ability to see people for who they truly were, and made it her mission to ensure everyone around her felt nurtured and valued. She grew up with her twin sister Lynn and her brother Randy. Though each followed a unique path, they each promoted a mutual sense of intellectual curiosity that they nurtured and celebrated together. She and Lynn were reflections of one another, different yet deeply connected. They inspired and grounded each other through every season of life. Like her siblings, Laurel carried a deep love of learning and enduring curiosity about the world, and I might add, of always trying to get an A on everything. She was animated, opinionated, and never afraid to say exactly what was on her mind. She did not waste time pretending or worrying what others thought, sometimes to many's dismay. Sometimes her honesty was comforting, sometimes sharp, but it was always real. You could always trust her word. In our bedroom hung a tapestry that read, "Do you love life? Then do not waste time, for that is what life is made of." As we cared for her through her battle with cancer, those words became even more powerful. They captured her belief, embrace joy because life is short. She lived that truth fully and passed it on, reminding us to be authentic, to love deeply, and to never leave important things unsaid. She poured thoughtful care into her work as a dietitian, serving veterans for many years at the Hines VA Hospital in Chicago. There she met me. I was a third-year med student who pursued her tirelessly until she finally agreed to date for ice cream. The true story was I asked her out for a beer, and she wouldn't go out for a beer, but she'd go out for ice cream. Moving to the UCSF VA in the mid-90s, that's when I got an internship at Letterman Hospital. She supported the nutritional needs of critically ill veterans suffering from AIDS. She formed deep bonds with her patients, and she witnessed a lot of suffering there that left a lasting impression on her. She also built lasting friendships with her fellow dietitians, ties that enriched her life and endured for decades. For her, work was never just a job. It was another way to nurture, to connect, and to fight for dignity in the lives of others.
Her love for Chuck was unconditional. Her passion was motherhood. Together for 35 years, their partnership built a family foundation that continues to inspire. Their home was always full, with 2 sons, multiple cats, and a rotating cast of friends, always free to overstay their welcome. She made sure that we felt free to express ourselves at all stages of life, guiding us toward continual self-discovery and development. She pushed us all to love life and be guided by passion. Her love appeared in countless ways. She delivered home-cooked meals during difficult times, provided selfless care for sick family members, flew across the country to care for her sister's cat, and even revised homework late at night because she could not bear to see a bee. For Mom, care was instinctive, and her actions spoke as loudly as her words. And her humor matched her love. Whether popping into the school lunchroom to embarrass us, or surprising Stephen's friends at his graduation party by sinking 4 straight beer pong shots, she kept everybody laughing and on their toes. That was Mom. nurturing, bold, and joyfully unpredictable. Later in life, she found new purpose in helping connect adopted children to their birth parents. She could not rest until all questions were answered. If there was a mystery, Laura was determined to solve it, and she usually did. For her, it was another way of honoring the bonds between people and making sure that no one felt unseen or forgotten. I treasured the late-night calls from Hawaii, driving along the Pali at sunset, knowing she would be awake, often until 3 in the morning, ready to talk. In those moments, she was fully present even when she should not have been. All of us here today continue to share such quiet, meaningful moments with her spirit. She remains with us, present even when unseen. Her spirit is not bound to any one place, but will always be with us, carried in our hearts wherever we go. We love you. Thank you for your honesty, your laughter, your wisdom, and your love. While your physical life was short, just as you reminded us, your spirit is eternal. Though you now dwell in a transcendent realm and we remain in the physical, we are still together, and we hold the faith that we will be reunited one day. Love you, Mom.
And so I was with her from day one. We went through all of our milestones together. School, dental appointments, college. We even went to college for 4 years together. She did always get all A's. She graduated number 2 out of 970 students at probably the premier science magnet school in Wisconsin at the time. She got a double major at the college we went to and was awarded the Gold Key for the highest average in 5 years at the particular college we went to. She at one point was offered go right to the PhD to MIT, and she'd already been working on her master's at Madison, so she declined MIT, but then fortunately that led her to Chuck and to, I think, what was her actually most satisfying thing in the world for her was meeting Chuck and having the boys. That was more important than any of the degrees she got or any of the accolades, academic accolades. And she lived her life the way she wanted to. She felt she had a challenging childhood, but she really didn't. She met every challenge that she had, and mostly it was, again, academic. I want to be the best at everything. And actually her greatest accomplishment was her family, and that's what she loved more than anything. And she went too early.
Shortly after Laurel passed, Lynn lost her husband, Marshall, who was really a great guy. He was a professor here over 20 years at the University of Hawaii, and I've always known him to be a very fine gentleman and a great man, great teacher, and I didn't want this day to go by without acknowledging that. I don't know if Lynn wants to add anything or if she's overcome. Okay, but she'd be happy to be.
Hey Mom, I know that you're out there listening right now from a different form, different dimension that sometimes it's hard to see when people's physical body leaves. We feel like they're gone forever if we don't have the mindfulness to see that you are everything. You are the ocean, you are the skies, you are the trees, you are baby being born, you're a volcano erupting. Your spirit embodies everything, and want to thank you for giving me the love of music and kind of building that music skill. It encouraged me to build that music skill, and so I have a song to play, to sing a cappella, to honor your memory. We're all gathered here, us loved ones share this space, to honor the life of your body and your transition to the next place. You can rest in peace here, for now there is no pain. You fought a mighty battle and your efforts weren't in vain. I see you in the sunset, I see you in my dreams. I see you in the oceans and the rivers and the streams. Old suffering is lost as new harmony is found. Life will bloom from your ashes that we sing to the ground. So grateful for the long, long time we spent together. You teach me how to love and make the world a place that's better. There's still so much I plan to do you won't see with your own eyes, but you'll always hold my spirit's hand and be here by my side. I see you in the sunset, I see you in my dreams. I see you in the oceans and the rivers and the streams. Old suffering is lost as new harmony is found. Life will bloom from your ashes that we sing to the ground. Life will bloom from your ashes that we sing to the ground.
The song was incredibly beautiful. You know, in your words, in expressing that she is a part of everything now is exactly what is real, right? That's reality. We go back to energy. A beautiful thought was when I saw this clip of a Buddhist monk explaining what life is like. And he said, if you hold a bowl of water, right? This bowl that carries all of this water, and the little bubble that comes off the surface floats up and right back into the water. That's life for us, right? We leave this eternalness of energy as a little bubble, and we return right back to that energy as everything. So yes, she is the water, she is the sunset, she is Pele's eruption, you know, she is all of these things now. And what a beautiful way to visualize who she is now, free of any inhibition. What our bodies are just a way for us to express a fraction of who we truly are. So amazing, you captured the essence of that. As I read through the eulogy earlier, two things came to mind first. One was that Florence Nightingale came in my mind, you know, as far as her commitment and her power, really this power that Laurel carried. Florence was determined in her life to learn, to help people, to become who she became eventually, overcoming all of the naysayers, overcoming all of the fears that she had. She knew that this was her call, right, to become this. So there's a couple of quotes that I pulled up just to read and to liken it to Laurel's life. Florence Nightingale says, I attribute my success to this. I never gave or took any excuse. Live your life while you have it. Life is a splendid gift. There is nothing small in it. Far the greatest thing grow by God's law out of the smallest. But to live your life, you must discipline it. And you wouldn't be top of the class for nothing, or even number two, if that wasn't your mantra. You know, how incredible that she was determined to get A's and to become who she became. Within Stoicism, Marcus Aurelius says that waste no more time, right? Time is so vital for us. So waste no more time talking about what it is to be a virtuous person. Be one. Just be it. Don't waste time. Don't talk to me about what you think life should be. Just be good. Be aloha, you know. So here in Hawaii, my job as a kahu is constantly to share this idea of what aloha truly is. And everybody always thinks of aloha as something that is commodified now, where it's something that's posted on every restaurant here in the islands or even abroad now, whereas aloha sushi, aloha poki, you know, or poke. And so we get, which was actually a title, poki, in the mainland. That's why my mind went there. However, aloha has been so watered down to mean whatever people expect it to mean. But really, when you get back to the essence of it, aloha is a constant giving of love to one another, constant flow of that love. There's never a time when we don't give that love, right? But we have to be mindful. We have to be conscious of this giving. So two ways that we often express aloha, which you have captured within your words regarding Laurel. Alo is forward facing, as we face one another, right? This is alo. Alo means within God's embrace, and then it means within this presence, no matter where we are, is alo. The second part to that is the ha. So everything that we face, every one we face, we give our ha. Our ha is our breath, our life, that essence that we share from deep within, right? That connection that we have with everything, not just people, but everything that we see.
So you put it together, everything I face, I give my life to. I become of service to. One of the most beautiful quotes that I know of from Rabindranath Tagore is, I slept and dreamt that life was joy. I awoke and saw that life was service. I acted and behold, service was joy, right? It comes in our giving, where we truly receive that essence of love and aloha. The second way to understand aloha is within the acronym of ALOHA, and this was given to us in 1970 by Pilahi Paki. The first A is akahai. Akahai is to always be kind. Live your life with kindness, to be generous with that kindness, to give graciously, to imagine everybody's life to be, or our relationships to be so fragile as a newborn child, right? To know that with the life of this child, I give my breath, I give my everything. My responsibility is to care for this child, and this should be how we see our relationships with one another. The L is lokahi, or unity, harmony, and balance, to always strive to maintain balance. In the Hawaiian mindset, it is Kiakua, God, Aina, land, and Kanaka, people. And it is a triangle that we often have in tattoos and many other, artwork that we have. But that triangle is representative of the strength of the Hawaiian people, of the connection and the balance between our honoring God and gods, our honoring of each other, our honoring of the land, because we knew without that support, we could not survive in this environment for the 2,000 years that we were here. The O is olu olu, which is to be in agreement, to work hard to come back to agreement, right? We find ourselves too often out of agreement. And so we have to understand that there is a part of us that's not allowing us to come to that agreement, so we have to let it go. Become what we need to become, see a different way of life, and so that we can evolve and become what we need to become. The H is ha'aha'a, which is humility and modesty, to be humble. Walk this life with all humility. Carry no ego in our relationships, because the ego will separate us time and time again, right? So if we focus on just being good humans to one another, then this is what ha'aha'a is asking of us. The last is ahunui. Ahunui is patience and perseverance. To be patient means also that within this patience, no matter how long it takes, we strive to gain love, right? We strive to share love with one another. Pilahi Paki says that it is waiting for the moment, but if you know the characteristics of aloha, then there's no waiting. It goes back to Marcus Aurelius's quote, waste no more time talking about what it is to be a virtuous person, but be it now. And so Pilahi was alluding to the same thing, to be aloha now. There's no waiting. So we make the most of this short breath that we have, of our little trajectory of that bubble, right up and right back down to the source. This is the life that we have. We do the best that we can with it all the time. And Laurel did phenomenal with that little blip of life that she had. And this is something to celebrate. This is something to honor in the way that she has taught the two of you, in the way that you should go. And for Chuck, for you being there as her support through all these years, to coax her with an ice cream cone was quite amazing. So thank you for being able to do that. You stepped outside of your box to realize that it wasn't about the beer, it was about the ice cream. Really, that's what it was totally about.
It was a big step.
It was about the ice cream. So this is the mana'o and the ike, the deep knowledge and wisdom that our Hawaiian people shared with us, and that I share with you, and that you have already known in many different ways and have already lived that way. And so Laurel did her job in teaching you folks that lesson, and now continue, right? Continue in your walk of life, continue with future generations, be the mentors that you're meant to be because of the lessons that Mom was able to share with you, that your sister was able to share with you as well, that you folks shared together, really. So many things, so many beautiful ways that we can honor her. But I think your words and your song was just incredibly beautiful. So thank you so much. I do want to just go back to the shell and the oli. And then I'll end with a oli mahalo, which is honoring her as well, and all of our ancestors who have passed. The shell is important because it marks the beginning of our ceremonies, right? It marks the beginning. It's calling everyone to come together. Not just us in the physical, but us or our family in the spiritual as well. So when we sound the shell, we're calling all of our ancestors, not just Laurel, but everybody to come here to be with her, right? To be with all of us. And so that's what the pu, that's why it's so important to start a ceremony with the pu. The oli that followed spoke about the fragrances of the trees of the forest. And it's asking permission for us when we come into the forest. Nature doesn't hold back on the love that it gives to us by way of its fragrances or the beauty or the birds or anything that exists within the Hawaiian forest. It gives and gives and gives and never stops giving. And this is the lesson for us as we live, right? To be welcomed into a place, to be embraced by the ocean, by the forest, by the breeze, the wind, by each other's love too. This is what life is all about. And it says within the Oli that as we enter into the forest, nature erupts with excitement because it is happy to share of itself with us, right? And so this is truly aloha. And so thank you for allowing me the opportunity and Golden the opportunity and everyone here on this boat to share in Laurel's story. And although we are here at the end to share, I can envision her entire life and just understand how beautiful and powerful this woman was. So thank you for sharing that.